we have understood with respect to S port scattering parameters, and where we have discussed about these things. So I will just project the screen for you. So that's what you can see here. We have been discussing on scattering S parameter, S matrix representation in multi-port network. We have also seen input power and output power, and input and reflected power we have seen with this diagram, and we have written the equations for A1, A2, B1 and B2, etc. So further, these things we have been discussing in the previous class. It's clear for everyone, this one till here? So you can unmute, I feel. You can respond to me. Is that clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So further on, we will just move on with that. We have written the equation for B1 and B2. So this equation is the same what you have studied before. So from this equation, we will try to write the equations for S11, S12, S21 and S22. So we have done with the equations of B1 and B2. So we will try to write for S11. So let us go with S11. So how to write with S11, you can see here. So S11, it will be you just you have to see that here you have equation number 1. For example, you are going ahead with equation number 1. So I am I am just putting it as this I am putting it as equation 1 and this as equation 2. Yeah. So when I have two equations 1 and 2, then with the help of equation 1 and 2, let me just go ahead with test 1. So here. So here S11 can be written as you can just see that S11 B1 is equal to S11 A1 plus S12 A2. So S11, when you take S11, you have to consider that A2 is equal to 0. How you are considering A2 is equal to 0? So you're going to see that S11 is called as a reflection coefficient at port 1 when port 2 is terminated with the matched load. That is what you can understand. So port 2 is terminated with the matched load means A2 will be equal to 0. So we are taking A2 as 0. Just substitute A2 as 0. This S12 will become eliminated and you will be left out with B1 is equal to S11 A1, and from this you can write S11 is equal to B1 divided by A1. So that is the reflection coefficient at port 1 when port 2 is terminated with a matched load. So you can see that here. So similarly, if you go ahead with the reflection coefficient at port 2, reflection coefficient at port 2 when port 1 is terminated with the matched load, your condition will become A1 is equal to 0. So when your condition is A1 is equal to 0, so what you have to go further, you have to write with you substitute for A1 is equal to 0. So this term I am going to substitute as 0. So what I am going to get, I will be left out with B2 is equal to S22 A2, and S22 can be written as B2 divided by A2. So these are the conditions which we are going to see. You should specifically write it that A1 is equal to 0 and for the S22, and for S11 you will get A2 is equal to 0. That indicates that the port 2 is terminated with matched load. So you are going to terminate the port 2 with matched load. That is very important here. And so you'll be getting S11 as well as S22. Now, if you take further two parameters, like you need to find out further that is S12, you need S12. So to get S12, you know that A1 should be equal to 0. So this A1 is to be taken as 0, so that it is called as attenuation of wave. Attenuation of wave. So what you can understand is S12 can be found out by taking A1 is equal to 0 and S12 will be equal to B1 by A2. So that process, or the S11 and S22 is called as the reflection coefficient. It's very much clear here written, and the conditions are also given for you. These two are called as S11 and S22 are called as the reflection coefficient, and then further moving on with S21 and S12, these are called as the attenuation wave, attenuation of the wave traveling from port 2 to port 1. So here A1 is taken as 0. When you substitute A1 as 0 there, you can see that it will be, you will be getting for S12 and S21. So these are not so difficult for you to understand. It's quite simple. So these all four equations you will get. So you'll be getting all these four equations, and you can just simplify further. So it's very much clear that when you have a multi-port network, and here you have considered only two-port network, that is for B1 and B2, and you got for S11, S22, S12 and S21 for the conditions that A2 is equal to 0, A1 is equal to 0 and A1 is equal to 0, A2 is equal to 0. These are called as reflection coefficients, that is S11 and S22, and attenuation of the wave is called as S12 and S21. So this is from port 2 to port 1, that's why you will write it as S12, and this is from port 1 to port 2, you will write it as S21. So you'll be getting S11 is equal to B1 by A1, S22 is equal to B2 by A2, S12 is equal to B1 by A2, and S21 is equal to B2 by A1. So as I have discussed with you before, the equation for this is the equation for two-port network, that is B1 and B2. You can see that only 2 cross 2 matrix is there, S11, S12, S21 and S22. But in general, if I am considering that instead of 2 ports I have n ports, so how my equation is going to convert here, instead of B1 I have to write for multiple ports, so I have to write BI. So you can see that the equation for in the general scenario, that is BI, means we have so many ports available here, that is n ports are available, then in general the equation can be written as BI is equal to SI1 A1 plus SI2 A2 plus etc. SIN AN, and I will be ranging from 1 to capital N. This is what you can see here. Is that clear for you till here?
So what is that matched load?
Matched load means you are the you know that the characteristic impedance Z0. So the Z0 is getting matched with the load impedance. So I have told you that that time the reflections will be not available if the characteristic impedance matches with the load impedance. So at this condition, when reflection coefficient at port 1 when you are taking, and when the port 2 is terminated with the matched load, then A2 will be taken as 0. So you are matching the load impedance with the characteristic impedance Z0. So you have this all you will be getting. Is that clear for you? So this we have already discussed in the first module as well. You have taken a transmission line. You have characteristic impedance Z0. You have load impedance when the reflections will not be possible, when the characteristic impedance is matched with the load impedance. So there will be no reflections and all we discussed in the first module. Is that clear for you? Okay. Okay, then proceed with the general equation. So you'll be getting BI. So general equation means you have n ports. you have n ports means n is I is ranging from 1 to n, and then let us just put this in the matrix form. So in matrix form you will be having for n port network, you can try putting it in the matrix form. You will be getting in this way. So you can see that the coefficients for B, and then further you have the coefficients for S11, S12, S1n, and further you have the coefficients for A as well. So you can put this in the form of a matrix and you can simplify it further. So this is the matrix representation. So what you can see here is this one, the n-port network matrix representation you can see. So where you have the coefficients B1, B2, B3 towards Bn, and you have S11, S12, S1n, and S21, then you have A1 coefficients. So this is called as the n-port, n-multiport network. So in general, you can write the equation in this form in matrix representation, that is B is equal to S, matrix S into matrix A. So when you are writing matrix B is equal to matrix S into matrix A, you if it is say n cross n matrix, then that indicates that you have multiple ports. And if it is a 2 cross 2 matrix, if you have only 2 ports, then you have 2 cross 2 matrix, then you will write it as S11, S12, S21, and S22. If it is a 3 port network, then you have 3 cross 3 matrix, then you will be writing S11, S12, S13, S21, S22, S23, S31, S32, S33. So it will be a 3 cross 3 matrix. Here also B1, B2, B3 will come, A1, A2, A3 will come. So that is what this is an equation in general what you have, you can see here. Have you completed till here? See, have you completed till here?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have any doubts here? It's all general representation of the matrix. I think it's clear for you. Is there any doubts here? See, do you have any doubts in this till the matrix representation? Okay. So you got matrix B is equal to matrix S into matrix A. And now we are going to see that further. You complete till here, then we'll see the losses in this one. So we have 4 losses, insertion loss and all those things. So we'll be seeing those losses, and you should mark those things, because in internals and university question papers they used to ask that what are the different losses in microwave network, and explain those. So you just put that as important. We'll be discussing further. If you completed this, we'll go ahead with that. All of you have completed till B is equal to matrix B is equal to matrix S into matrix A?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you can just take down this, that is in microwave devices or circuit, the losses are expressed in terms of S parameter in 2-port network. If power is fed at port 1 is PI, and power reflected at same port is PR, the output power at port 2 is Pout. So we are defining here 3 parameters, that is PI, PR, and Pout. So this PO is called as the output power, PR is called as the reflected power, and PI is called as the power fed, okay, or input power you can call. So we are considering here 2-port network. We are not considering multi-port network. So in 2-port network, we are saying that these are the things what is there. So this you can just write down. These are the losses. So just you can mark there. In question papers, they ask you that explain the various losses in microwave devices. So you should know that you have to write, these are the 4 losses which you have to write. So please mark it in your notebook saying that the losses of microwave devices or circuit. in terms of S parameter. So you can just underline those sentences. So what you can understand here is we are going to define the losses with the help of input power, and with the help of reflected power, and with the help of output power. So let me take the first loss. So these are all equations which we have to, which is defined to find out the insertion loss. So insertion loss can be defined as log 10 log of input power divided by output power. So insertion loss is defined as 10 log of Pi by P out, and we need to substitute for input power and output power in terms of A1 and A2 and all those things. So we have here everything we have defined. Input power and reflected power is input power is in terms of A, and reflected power is in terms of B, and all those things. So we'll be substituting those things here to simplify the equation further. So we'll get insertion loss. The equation for insertion loss is 10 logarithm of input power divided by output power. When you substitute for that, you will get 10 log of A1 square divided by mod of A1 square divided by B1 square. Not it is A1 mod of A1 square divided by B2 square. So what you are going to see here, see from the equation here, what is A1 divided by B2. First, let me explain, and then we will proceed further. A1 by B2. So what is A1 by B2? It is S21. So A1 means it is 1 by S21 when it is A1 by B2. So you can A1 square divided by B2 square. So what it is A1 square by B2 square, you have to check with this all four equations. So B2 by A1 is S21. Nowhere else you have that. So what you will get, A1 by B2 will be 1 by S21. So I have written there 1 by S21. So 10 log of 1 by S21 square it will come. So I can rewrite this 10 log of 1 by S21 square. I can rewrite as 20 log of 1 by S21. So insertion loss, what you will get is 10 logarithm of Pi by Po, and you will end up with the equation 20 log of 1 by S21 in terms of S parameters. So is that clear for all of you? So this equation you need to remember for insertion loss, you have 10 logarithm of Pi by P out, and you have to simplify these terms, and you have to come out with the equation 20 log of 1 by S21. Any doubts is there? Okay, just respond to me. Any doubts is there?
No, sir.
Okay. So what is S21? S21 is you can if you go with the symmetric property, what is Sij? What is Sij? What is symmetric property? What is Sij is equal to? What is Sij? What is Zij? Zij can be written as Zji. So what you can write Sij in symmetry? Sij can be written as Sji. So if you take S21, you can write it as S12 if the system is symmetric to each other. So that is what you can see here. Because of symmetric property, you can write Sij as Sji, and that's why we can just replace S12 as S21. So finally, both ways it is correct. I can write insertion loss in terms of S21, as well as I can write insertion loss in terms of S12. So insertion loss is written as 20 log of 1 by S12. So if it is clear insertion loss, we will move on with the transmission loss or attenuation loss. Is that clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us define the transmission loss or attenuation loss in terms of power. This first equation you need to remember, that is transmission loss or attenuation loss is defined as 10 log of input power minus reflected power divided by P out. So 10 log of Pi minus Pr divided by P out. Just let us substitute in terms of A, B and all. So you can see that it is A1 square minus B1 reflected power. You can see in the figure it is B1 square divided by output power is B2, like we have used in the previous as well. So I am just dividing the numerator. So first you complete it. You write down transmission loss or attenuation is the second loss. First was insertion loss, second is transmission loss or attenuation. It is 10 log of Pi by minus Pr divided by P out. So when you solve it, you have substituted for Pi as well as PR and P out. So you'll get 10 log of A1 square minus B1 square divided by mod of B2 square. So what further I am going to do just to simplify this equation further. So I am just dividing by A1. So I am going to divide by A1. So what you're going to get further? When you divide by A1, numerator and denominator, I am going to divide by A1. So you'll get 10 log of mod of A1 square minus mod B1 square divided by A1 square, and denominator also you'll get B2 square divided by mod A1 square. Just you can note down there. So you have divided by A1 square, mod of A1 square. Till here any doubt is there? Any doubt till this equation? So once you complete dividing the numerator and denominator by mod of A1 square, then you can try solving it further. Just refer the equation which we have written for S11 and S12, S21 and S22, and check it out. Can you write further in this form? So you have divided by A1, numerator and denominator, and try can you solve it further. So what you have done with that, so you need to divide by mod of A1. So have you simplified it further? So what is A1 divided by A1? You'll get 1. So I have written. What is B1 divided by A1? B1 divided by A1. Let us see what it is B1 divided by A1 in the previous B1 by A1. It is S11. So I have S11 there. So I wrote S11 square. B2 by A1. So let us see what is B2 by A1. B2 by A1. What is B2 by A1? So B2 by A1 is S21. So I have substituted for B2 by A1 as S21 mod of S21 square. So I got the equation for transmission loss as 10 log of 1 minus S11 square by S12 square. With the property of symmetry, I can write this equation in the form of S21 as well. That's why I wrote 10 log of 1 by S11 square divided by S21 square. So let me proceed further with the reflection losses. Once you understand the insertion loss and transmission loss, it becomes easy for you to understand further. The reflection loss is given as, the reflection loss in dB is given as 10 log of Pi divided by Pi minus Pr. So input you will be writing it as A1 square, and Pi is A1 square and Pr will be B1 square. So it is 10 log of mod A1 square divided by A1 square minus B1 square. So here what I did is, again I divided by A1, both numerator and denominator, and then substituted it. So you should remember the starting equation, that is reflection loss has to be defined as 10 log of Pi divided by Pi minus Pr. So all of you can see here, after substituting for Pi and Pr, you will get 10 log of A1 square divided by A1 square minus mod of A1 square minus mod of B1 square. So further, what we have done, we have divided by, again, A1 numerator and denominator. 10 log of A1 square.
20.
Yeah, you can see right now, no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, tell me. 20 log of
1 by S11.
Okay, 20 log of 1 by S1. Sound is clear for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then next you write down properties of S parameter. We will see the properties of S parameter. All of you complete this return loss as well. Then we will move on to the properties of S parameter. So there are 4 properties of S parameter here for you, and we'll be discussing all the 4 properties one by one. Okay. See, students, my sound is clear for you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us see that properties of S parameter. So we will, all of you might have completed return loss as well. So properties of S parameter, we have 4 properties, and you mark this as very important properties of S parameter. And without studying these properties of S parameter, please don't go for examination as well. This is very important. This properties of S parameter is very, very important, and we have all 4 properties for that, and we will be discussing one after the other. So the first one is we can just write down the scattering parameters are complex quantities having these properties. First one is zero diagonal elements for perfect matched network. So we'll see that what do you mean by zero diagonal elements? You know that anything you take, you'll be having diagonal elements in a matrix. So what you're going to see here is you are taking the diagonal elements to be zero diagonal elements for a perfect matched network. So here this is very important as the property here of S parameter, that is S11 is equal to 0. So what you will get here is S11 is SIA is equal to 0. That means S11 will be equal to 0, S22 will be equal to 0, S33 will be equal to 0, S44 will be equal to 0. If you take complete, SII is equal to 0. So for N port network with matched termination, SII is equal to 0 since no reflection from any point. So under perfect match condition, the diagonal elements of a matrix S is 0. That is what it is called as first property, that is zero diagonal elements for perfect match network. So when you have a perfect match network, all the diagonal elements will be 0. That is one first property of S parameter. So it is just what you have to understand here is SII is equal to 0 for a perfect match network. So, same way we have second property. So here, since you have not studied the symmetry property of S matrix, so here that is the symmetric property. Second property is the symmetric property S for a matrix S of a reciprocal network. So you can see that Sij is equal to Sji. That indicates that S12 will be equal to S21, S31 will be equal to S13, and S21 will be equal to S12, and so on. So Sij will be equal to Sji. Should not be equal. So I should not be equal to J. So if I and J are equal, that means it is Sii it will become. So Sii means it is told that the diagonal elements are 0 if it is a perfect match network. That was the first property. Second property is the symmetric property where Sij is equal to Sji. So you can just note down these things. So then we'll be just doing it with respect to the metrics, and we'll be simplifying it further. So first property and second property you can note down. I'll be explaining second property in detail. I think today time is almost done. So we'll continue from second property in class. So first property you can write down. It is diagonal elements are all 0 for a perfect match network. 0 diagonal elements for a perfect match network. And symmetric property is the second property where Sij is equal to Sji, I not equal to J. So here just I'll start it. I'll explain the second property from the beginning in the next class as well. So S transpose of S can be taken as S, and you know that voltage can be represented as a combination of impedance and I. So it is V can be written as Z into I, and we'll proceed it further. So we have to just substitute those things and simplify it further. We'll be seeing these things in the upcoming classes. So from property 2, we'll see in the next class. So we have studied in this today's class about the losses and many things regarding S parameters. So all of you please go through those things and make yourself comfortable. If you have any doubts, you can discuss with me at any point of time. Okay. So